Growing up in New Mexico, trauma is just something that tends to be passed down from one person to the next. I grew up in an environment that just wasn't healthy at the end of the day. There was a lot of abuse and there was a lot of emotional instability. There was a lot of growing up fast. I was somebody who went through some pretty significant trauma, and through one of those experiences, my mom got counseling. And even though at that moment counseling wasn't what worked for me and I did not appreciate it or like it or ever think I would be doing what I'm doing right now because I had extremely strong opinions about my services, later in life, when I was able to reflect on those things, I wanted to be part of something that changed that, not only for my family, but for my community. I think business is hard and counseling is hard. And in order to do counseling and have it as a business, you really have to bring both skill sets to the table to be able to serve clients well and to be able to serve the owner well. I remember working early in my career and was in this position where you got paid for what you saw, very much of a 1099 contractor. It was painful. Here I was with a master's degree trying to accrue all these hours and then realizing that I had worked for an entire year and pretty much didn't get paid, and they filed bankruptcy. Being on the back end of it, it was just poor business practices. My husband and I were paycheck to paycheck. And so I got to this place where I was just at this crossroads, and it was like, what are we gonna do? And I remember calling one of my old supervisors. He was so good at saying, Amanda, you were born for this. Take the risk, take the leap. And I remember thinking, this is a terrible idea. I now have 2 kids, they're under 4. I don't know if I can do this. So he was like, you can, you've got this. And so I remember going, all right, let's do this. We started the Family Connection in 2005. That was really when it was that independent contracting kind of place. By 2007, we were a full force agency. Every time we've grown, it's not been for the sake of growing. It's been for the sake of community. It's been for the sake of the betterment of somebody on our team. It's never been, we're growing just to grow. We're growing because people need us and they need something different.
I think with the Family Connection, changing mental health is truly what is important to us. Having other people see that, like see mental health is not this bad thing, that it is actually something that we all deal with. We all have family members, we all have our own challenges. What draws me here and what makes us separate or unique is really being able to bring out mental health for the communities and people so that change really does happen.
I don't want anybody to ever go through what I went through early on in my career. I'm gonna give everything I have to you, and if I'm ever gonna err on any side, probably gonna be on the side that doesn't serve me. One of the other practices that came up early on in terms of our values, it's our first habit, commit to integrity. Do what you say you're gonna do and be who you are, because at the end of the day, whether somebody's watching or not, we're never gonna break mental health stigma if we don't have that full, wholehearted integrity.
The Family Connection has the values that everybody has. We care about our community, we care about the people we work with, we care about building things up and being better than when we found things.
I think what's very gratifying for me in this job is to be able to see growth and change, not only with our clients, because that is the work that we do, but being able to see our staff, our employees really grow as well. And I think we make a difference. When you're walking out in the community and you see somebody maybe that has been at the Family Connection and they are so happy to tell you where they've grown and what they've achieved and where they're at right now, know that you made a difference.
I get the privilege of watching families restored. I get the privilege of walking in and seeing staff laughing together and sometimes crying together. Is the work hard? It is. But the rewards, when they come, they're good. They are so good.